Here we have footage of a woman in Brooklyn being assaulted and harassed by a group of Zionists who were counter-protesting uh, the visit of Ben Gvir. You had protesters protesting against it, being that he is a Zionist in support of the genocide in Palestine. They mistake her for being a protester, so they decide to assault her. Um, if this was a Zionist or a group of pro-Palestinians who mistook a person for being a Zionist being harassed, Congress would be passing a bunch of laws, or at least attempt to, trying to make such behaviors or such actions as terroristic. But because it's a group of Zionists doing it, nothing's gonna happen. Even though they were screaming stuff like death to Arabs, which would be considered anti-Semitic, being that Arabs are a Semitic-speaking people.
After a group was captured on camera following and attacking a woman, appearing to mistake her for a protester. Jenna DeAngelis has the video and reaction from Brooklyn, where a rally was held tonight in a show of support.
A group gathered outside the Barclays Center Monday night.
We're peaceful protesters, you know what I mean? We're coming out to spread awareness.
Organizers say they're rallying in response to this incident captured on video Thursday night in Crown Heights, where a woman was followed by a crowd and attacked.
That was disgusting, you know what I mean? And at the same time, like she said, she wasn't even part of nothing. Just coming down the street.
In the video, you see a large group of men chasing the woman, shouting profanity, kicking her, and throwing objects at her. She spoke with the Associated Press, but asked she not be identified.
And I was just terrified. There's nothing more I can say except that I felt just sheer terror.
It all started near the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters. A visit by Israel's far-right security minister Itamar Ben-Gvir drew in protesters and counter-protesters. The woman said she lives in the neighborhood, heard there was a protest, and went outside to investigate when she was surrounded and threatened.
I moved closer to the police than I already was, and they did nothing to intervene. I tried to leave, and a single officer attempted to escort me home, but this mob followed us. They grew in number. They were screaming at me, "Go back to Palestine."
The officer held.
Yeah. The extreme racism here is wild. The fact that she wasn't even born in Palestine, more than likely. With the fact that they're screaming for her to go back to Palestine because they think she's Palestinian or pro-Palestinian, it's just insane. And as well as the fact that they're willing to assault her and stuff and threaten her in front of cops. They have no care about the law, and it's because Zionists are pretty horrible people.
Helping the woman got her into a police car to safety. 6 arrests were made at the protest. Mayor Adams called this despicable. He says the NYPD is investigating a series of incidents from Thursday's protest, including another protester who he says was harassed and injured. A Chabad spokesman.
So, the pro-Palestinian protesters were being peaceful, and then you have the right-wing Zionists being the ones committing assaults and being violent. Why is that if, pro-Palestinian protesters are always the one, attacking everybody and, trying to intimidate Jewish people and stuff like that when we don't actually see that happening?
Released a statement saying in part, quote, "The violent provocateurs who called for the genocide of Jews in support of terrorists and terrorism outside a synagogue in a Jewish neighborhood did so in order to intimidate, provoke, and instill fear." He also.
But this lady didn't do any of that. If supposedly that did happen, though being against genocide by the Israeli government against Palestinians is not advocating for genocide of Jewish people whatsoever.
condemned the violence seen in this video, which the woman wants to be investigated as a hate crime.